the door in the box. Put the door in the box.
Are you going to the thing? Like 4:30?
Look at they're flying away again, the other side of the fence. I know that was special.
After the collision is mainly done and we're getting to a wrap, a lot of times we're gonna have to go do a next of kin notification, which is one of the worst parts of a collision scene. We have to go tell the loved ones of the family that they didn't make it and they're not coming home tonight. With this, there's a lot of trauma that can go with it, whether it's the trauma of telling the family, the trauma of the kids that are involved or the people that are involved in the collision that have witnessed such a tragic event. And a lot of times we need support with that because we have a job to do, and so we bring in someone who is an expert at it. So we are gonna have Kendra Cristelli come talk to you, and she is the Director of the Support Officers for Whatcom County.
Many of you here have heard it before. Some may have been at other assemblies like this one. You have heard many times about the devastating aftermath that distracted and drunk drivers have had on thousands of families across the country and sadly in our very own community as well. Back when I attended high school, texting and driving wasn't a thing. Now I see it literally every day as I drive down the road. People choosing to endanger themselves and others by sending a text message that can wait until they get to their destination, or choosing to have a few beers at a friend's party and drive home. Our choices are not without consequences, sometimes even devastating consequences. I am a Whatcom County Support Officer. One of my jobs is to conduct death notifications. It is to notify a family member that their loved one has been killed in a traffic collision and they are never coming home. There is no way to adequately describe the feeling of walking up on a porch, knocking on someone's door, and then waiting for them to answer, knowing that in a few seconds, you are going to tell them the most devastating news they will ever hear. Then watch helplessly as they literally crumble to the floor with the news that will change their lives forever. News from that moment forward will change who they are. On October 22nd, 2013, I received a page from 911 to respond to a fatal two-car collision on Grandview Road. When I arrived, I was informed I would be notifying the parents of one of the drivers that their daughter had died. Their daughter's name was Angela Roderick. She had been killed by an impaired driver. As I do with every death notification, I gathered information that I knew her parents would want to know. When did it happen? Where did it happen? And how did it happen? Once I had all of the information, Sergeant Flynn and I went to Angela's home, not far from the crash scene. It was around 1 a.m. and Angela's family was sleeping. They were awakened by the doorbell ringing and answered with that all too familiar look. The look of confusion and panic when you realize that two people in uniform in the middle of the night means that something bad has happened. We were invited in to sit down. Saying those words, as I have done so many times, never gets easier. The cry of a mother that has lost a child is like nothing I have ever heard before. The look on a father's face when he realizes the totality of what he has just heard. The despair is indescribable. Angela was a 2013 graduate of Meridian High School, a good student, a standout athlete, and a much-loved daughter, sister, and friend. Angela's life ended because an impaired driver made a wrong, selfish choice, and her loved ones are forever changed. The fun is just beginning for all of you. You've spent the last 13 years getting here. You are seniors in high school. My request for every single one of you is that you consider Angela's family like so many others. Please make the conscious choice to not drink and drive or drive distracted. I do not want to have to knock on your parents' door.
Thank you, Kendra. One choice can create all of this. Be smart. Keep the phone down. Don't drink and drive. How many of you are surprised at how many resources were used in this scenario today? Multiple law enforcement agencies, emergency response, a helicopter. One choice, one bad choice. Please be smart. So we'd like to thank the following agencies and partners for their participation today. Please hold your applause until we're done, even though I will know you all really want to applaud for the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement agencies include the Washington State Patrol, the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office, Blaine Police Department, support officers of Whatcom County, and Washington Traffic Safety Commission. Let's thank our law enforcement partners today. Yeah. Our EMS and fire departments out here today include the North Whatcom Fire and Rescue, Whatcom County Fire District 7, and Airlift Northwest, which came with their helicopter. Thank you. Thank you. Other partners today making today possible: Prospect Communication, Heston's Hauling, bringing these cars out today, and, hold on, of course, Peace Health, St. Joe's Medical Center, the trauma division there. Let's give those divisions a round of applause. And of course, our volunteer students, victims, thanks guys, and their makeup. And you, thank you, Blaine High School, for allowing us to do this today. Remember, one choice. Be safe. Thank you.